Hello and welcome back to another episode of Meta Ads for E-commerce. And today we are going to talk about audiences. Without any fluff, without any bluff, let's directly get into it and see what are audiences on Meta and how to set them up. So audiences basically is you are telling Meta that I need this particular set of people and I want to show ads to them. Okay, how do you set it up? I'll show it to you. You come on all tools, everything is here. Basically everything is on all tools. Come here, you go down 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 and you see audiences. You click on audiences. Let's close this off, and you can see three different audiences. Number one is custom audiences, second is lookalike audiences, and third is saved audiences. We will start with custom audience. All right, so create a custom audience. All right, see, as you can see, connect with the account center accounts who have already shown an interest in your business or product with custom audiences. So basically you're telling Meta that I want to create a section, a silo, a particular audience of all the people with these rules. All right, so this is very helpful for retargeting. You can retarget. Whenever we retarget people, we create a custom audience and then we tell Meta to show the ads to these people. How do we do it? Let's see. Click on the button, create a custom audience, and you see the first is asking what source do you want for the audience. In our case, for e-commerce, you can go with website, but you can do a lot of things. If you have an app like Mintra or any other company, you can use app activity. If there is offline activity, you can use that. If there is a customer list, if you have, let's say, 10,000, if you are running a normal shop as well along with your e-commerce company, you can upload the list of all the customers that you have, let's say 1,000 people, and you can say these are the numbers of the people, these are the email IDs, and Meta, I wanted to show it to these people. Okay, so there are tons of options with this. Plus there are also meta sources, basically Instagram account. Okay, you can create an audience of, let's say, people, all the people who visited my Instagram account in the past 30 days, I want to show ad to those people. That is possible with this. Facebook page, you can do that as well. Now another interesting part is you can also do video. Okay, let's say if you were running some previous ad and it got 1 lakh impressions, what you can tell Meta is show my new ad to people who have seen at least 50% of that ad, because you know if someone is watching 50% of your previous ad, they will be interested in it, right? You can also target your leads, people who have filled my leads, I want you to show it to them, right? There are tons of things that can be done here. Okay, I want you to go through all of them if required for yourself, but for now we will only go with website and let's see what we can do. Okay, now first it will ask us to select a source. We will go with our pixel, whichever one we have set up. Now we can select different things. All website visitors. If I want to retarget people, I can select it from here. First I'll create a saved audience and then I'll retarget it. This is very helpful in retargeting. Then I will make a separate episode where I will talk all about remarketing, what tactics to use, how to do remarketing and everything. But we will understand how to set up the audience first. So we'll select all website visitors. Or if you want to show your ad to people who have seen a particular product, let's say if I want to show it to people who have seen the dog bow, right? I can select that as well. It will ask me for the URL, and again I'll put the URL here. But for the sake of it, we'll go with all website visitors. Okay, we can also use our like, remember we created a custom conversion, custom event. We can also select that. Okay, if we had created for the magic course or whatever, we could have selected it from here. Okay, anyway, back to all website visitors. Our retention, let's say I want to show it to the people who have visited the website in the past 180 days. Sorry, maximum you can do is 180. That's all, basically 6 months. I'm showing it to all the people who have visited my website in 6 months. But if you have a shorter purchase cycle, you can select it 30, 60, 45, 22 days, whatever you like. It's up to you, but maximum is 180. You can name the audience, basically all website visitors 180 days, and you can write all the people who visited my website. Okay, and if it was a specific page, you could have write all the people who visited dog bow page, right? Anything like that. And here, instead of all website visitors, you would have people visited specific web pages. Plus, this is another option: visitors by time spent, right? If you know, you can select people who spend more than 3 minutes, right? Usually, people who are spending more than 3 minutes on your website means they're very interested. Okay. Now, one more part is exclude people, right? This is very important when you're retargeting. I don't want to get ahead of me, but when you're remarketing, what you can do is you can exclude people. So we can say all the people who visited the website in 180 days, but exclude people who visited a specific web page. Let's say I don't want it to show it to people who have visited the bow page. I don't want to show that to them. I want to show it to the other people. So I can select the URL here. Or you can also exclude your purchases, because why do you want to spend money on the people who have already purchased, right? So all website visitors, and either you can, from here you can go for purchase. We haven't set it up. We will learn how to set it up afterwards. Or you can just put the URL of your thank you page, different thank you page, right? This is one way to set up your retargeting. This is how you create a custom audience. We'll unselect this description. Whatever we want to put, we'll put, and that is how you create an audience. This is how you create a custom audience. I hope it's clear with you guys. Now see, as you can see, it's showing, it's populating. It will take some time. Give it some time to populate, and once that is done, it will show you how many people are in this data set, are in this audience, right? And you can target accordingly. You can create multiple audiences from here. That is not an issue. Next, we will look at how to create a lookalike audience. We'll click on create audience, and here we have the option to create a lookalike audience. Now, what is a lookalike audience? All right, let's understand what is a lookalike audience first. Let's say this is a set of people who have made a purchase on your website, and let's say these are purchase, and let's say these are 1,000 people. Okay, what you're telling Meta is, see, these you're telling Meta, you already know all these 1,000 people, right? What I want you to do is find more people who are like them. Okay, go out and find more people who are like these 1,000 people only, because they are my target audience, right? In the end, these 1,000 people bought from me. I want you to find exactly people like them. Okay, now this used to work amazing back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean 4 years back, 4 5 years back. You make few purchases and then you just tell Meta to run LLA, and your work was done. We call it LLA, lookalike audience. It was the shit back then, but ever since post iOS 14, this stopped working well because Meta did not have enough data on people. But it's starting to come back again. It's up to testing. Test it out, see if it works for you. If it works, go ahead with it. Right? It's asking us to select your lookalike source. Okay. Mm. So we can say we want to target people who have made who have visited our website, let's say, right? So we selected our source, or we can create a new source as well. We can create a new source with custom audience like we did before. Okay, uh, right? So we can put, again, sorry, we can put all the people who made the purchase. Here we are going with all the people who have visited our website because they're interested. Okay, I think you should mostly go for the purchase one, but you can also go for this one. There is no hard and fast rule. Select audience location. All you put is a location. In our case, it's India. If you are targeting a very specific country, a very specific city, you can put it there. Now, number of lookalike audience, you can create multiple altogether, but we will create only one. This is an interesting part, right? It's asking you the percentage. Okay, so if you, the least minimum you can select is 1, the most you can select is 10, right? So 1% means the top 1% which resonates with your audience. Okay, basically if you select 1%, they will be almost similar to the 1,000 people who have purchased from you. Okay, this is very important. If you select 10, they will be similar, but they will not be very similar. And anywhere in between, if you put 2, of course it will be similar but not as good as 1, right? So if your audience is not big enough, maybe you'll have to go further, but usually you find a 5.9 million audience is good enough. Okay, so I hope you understand this part. 10 is the uh, most you can go, and 1 is the closest you can go. Okay, 10 becomes too broad. I don't usually recommend it to people, but like I always say, test it out. If it works for you, amazing. Usually I go with 1 and maximum 2, and test it out, but it's up to you. We go with 1 and you create an audience. That is simply how you create an audience, a lookalike audience, and you can see lookalike India 1%, all website visitors 180 days. Third is saved audience. This is not that difficult. Basically, like all the targeting option that you select in the ad set level, you can make it a template and save it here. I can already save it and I can name it people interested in pets. Okay, and I can select the targeting, because so every time I create a new ad set, I don't have to always put the targeting. This option, this name will appear at the ad set section. I'll show it to you. Let's say women, and let's say we call this pets, right? uh, Pet food. Okay, interested in pet food. I've made this saved audience. Now whenever I go to campaign, edit, when I come to the ad set, see, I can select the audience directly from here. Use saved audience, people interested in pet food. I don't have to put everything together again. See, it's already selected. It's just making a template. It's quite simple that way. uh, all right, so that was all with how to create an audience. uh, I showed you all different ways of creating a custom audience, of creating a lookalike audience, etc., etc. Now we will see how to actually remarket it. That is why that is going to be a little lengthy episode, because I'll discuss all strategies, what different methods, what different audiences you can use to remarket. So I'll soon come up with that video as well, and I hope you see that video completely, because that will be a game changer uh, in marketing. That becomes a game changer for any marketing professional. Okay, because you can retarget people who have visited your website, who have visited a particular page, who have shown any type of interest. You can retarget people who have added products to cart as well, right? We can create a custom audience like I showed you, and we can target people who have added product to cart. So that was all from my end. I hope to see you next time. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop any comment if you have any queries. The reason I'm asking you to like it is because then the algorithm will pick it up and it will show it to other people who for whom this video might be useful. Anyway, thank you so much, and I see you guys next time.